Oh, this could go horribly wrong. What is one thing that I wish leaders and leadership teams knew about building Scrum and Agile teams and environments? The one thing, they have to change. Simple as that. Most leaders, when they see Agile being adopted, see this is great. So we'll have, I'll be honest, quicker delivery. That's what they often hear. We'll be able to change our minds more often. We'll be responsive to the market. Lots and lots of good things that Agile brings. Yes, we want that. That sounds great. What do you have to do to achieve that? So when I engage with new companies and things, that's very often it, is what do the teams have to do to get this Agile thing working, to get all these benefits that you've talked about, because we want them. And we assume that we're fine because we have nothing to do with this. When in actual fact, they're a cornerstone of the whole thing. Not only do your leaders need to want Agile to work, they have to be actively engaged. They have to bring their own personalities, their leadership talents to the fore to help it become true. Okay? Not assume that it's a team thing. Assume that somebody else can do it, because your culture is really reinforced by that leadership. Culture is, at the end of the day, the behaviours you allow to happen in your organisation. Okay? And if your leaders will allow behaviours that are counter to Agile to happen, you won't end up with a great Agile organisation. You might end up with an okay one, might limp along in maybe a bit of a better way. Very often it does limp along, not in a better way, but in a different way. Okay? What you want is leaders to recognise this and say, okay, things need to change. Not only bringing in Scrum, let's do a retro every now and again, let's do planning, let's do daily Scrums, but they need to also start thinking, how do we need to change? What are the policies that we need to change? What are the processes that need to change to enable this? How do we get other people outside of this Agile initiative thinking differently, engaging differently, so that we get the best from it? What does it mean for us, for our organisation, in the broadest sense? Do we continue expecting things from people and forcing them down without giving them the authority to act, so they just do? Or do we change that whole way of thinking and say, actually, we need to give you the responsibility, but also the authority to get that work done? You make the decisions, you've got the best information. You let us know when there's a problem. What I really want from the leaders that I work with is that moment to coalesce when they recognise their job is not management. Okay? We're not there to manage people. Okay? They are managers, but they are managers of an environment. They are there to make sure that the teams have the right people available. They are there to make sure that those teams know what's important and what's not to the business, very often through people like product owners. Okay? They are there to create an environment where everybody can do their best work. So they're very much like a Scrum Master. They're people who are thinking, how can we change the current system so that those teams can do better? If there's one thing leaders could do, in my experience, is recognise that as quickly as possible, because that will make everything else so much easier. If you've got to this point in the video, I hope you've enjoyed it. If so, a like would be appreciated. If you want to hear more from me, more answers to questions that maybe you've got in the Agile world, please subscribe to the channel. And if you've got a question that you really want answered, drop it in the comments. I promise we'll get around to it. Thank you.